Okay, we'll have to ask you to leave, mate.
I'm on a publicly accessible area.
No, have you seen all the signs that say...
Yeah, beyond this point, and do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so...
Welcome to UK Police Files, where we examine real police encounters, explore allegations of misconduct, and promote accountability through careful analysis of the law and the facts. Today's footage comes courtesy of Power to the Proletariats, so be sure to support the original creator by checking out the full video through the link in the description. In this episode, an auditor is peacefully filming outside Cambridge Police Headquarters when the encounter quickly escalates as multiple officers gather around him, repeatedly challenging an activity he maintains is entirely lawful. Despite the growing pressure, the auditor remains calm, respectful, and composed, refusing to be intimidated while continuing to assert his legal rights. As the situation unfolds, the interaction raises important questions about police powers, public filming, and the balance between authority and accountability. Let's get straight into the footage and examine exactly what happened.
Can I help?
No, you're okay, thank you.
You have to have permission to take photographs or film.
I have permission, thank you.
Yeah, who do you have permission from?
Pardon?
Who do you have permission from?
The person I need to get permission from.
Okay. Can you tell me their details?
Sure. The starts with Article 10, finish...
From the very beginning, DTP demonstrates a solid understanding of one of the most important legal protections in a democratic society, freedom of expression. He refers to Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which safeguards not only the right to express ideas, but also the right to receive and gather information. In practice, that protection extends to recording and filming in public places, provided the activity is lawful and does not interfere with legitimate police operations or breach any specific legal restriction. Simply holding a camera in a public space is not, by itself, suspicious or unlawful. That legal principle forms the foundation of countless public audit encounters, making it essential for both officers and members of the public to understand where the law draws the line.
Okay, we'll have to ask you to leave, mate.
I'm on a publicly accessible area.
No, have you seen all the signs that say...
Yeah, beyond this point, and do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so this is actually part of the publicly accessible area. So if you want to follow your own signs, we'll follow your signs, and that's fine, and I'll stand here and carry on doing what I'm doing. Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't want to tell you.
Hey, exactly, there you go. You're going to try and give me orders, you don't even want to identify who you are.
Come with me.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You can go have a look.
As the encounter continues, the issue of officer identification becomes increasingly important. When police officers exercise certain statutory powers, such as conducting a stop and search under pace, they are required to provide specific information about their identity and the legal basis for their actions. Clear identification is a fundamental part of transparency and accountability, helping the public understand who is exercising police powers and why. When officers decline to identify themselves in situations where the law or official procedures require it, or fail to explain the authority they are relying upon, it can undermine public confidence and raise legitimate concerns about accountability. High-profile cases have repeatedly demonstrated why openness, professionalism, and adherence to established procedures are essential to maintaining trust between the police and the communities they serve.
In fact, because you don't want to give me details, I think you possibly pose a terrorist risk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then...
You're going to seize this?
Yeah. And then
Why?
The encounter escalates further when the officer warns that the phone could be seized under terrorism legislation. If the reference is to Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000, that power carries a clear legal threshold. It may only be used where an officer has reasonable suspicion, based on objective facts, that a person is involved in terrorism. Simply filming in a public place, without additional evidence or specific intelligence, does not by itself satisfy that legal standard. The auditor therefore challenges the warning, arguing that extraordinary powers intended for genuine counterterrorism investigations should only be exercised where the legal requirements are fully met and supported by objective evidence.
Because I think you might be doing something like terrorism.
So do you know the memo by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So what I'll do, if I take that, and then I'll review that, and then if there's anything...
how about I show you the footage now? Okay. I've been here 5 minutes, alright, and so I don't want you to see this, my only phone. Freedom of expression, freedom of the press.
So then I think...
Do you know what that means?
What's that guy doing?
Do you know the oath that you took to uphold your oath?
So I think, what's that guy doing? That's a bit odd.
So you're incriminating my right to silence and my right to privacy is what you're saying?
I'm making sure that you're up to no good.
You make sure that I'm up to no good?
Yeah.
You mean you make sure that I'm not up to no good?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to find something? You're trying to make sure that I'm up to no good, so you're trying to find anything that you can, because I didn't want to answer your questions.
No. I'm making sure that you're here, so you don't not posing a threat to anyone. Okay. So you hang on, stop.
Okay.
Right? So you're right. Those signs there says no access beyond the public.
At this point, am I being detained?
Hey?
Am I detained at the moment?
No.
Okay, so I'm not detained. All right. Then.
Not at the minute.
So you still haven't identified yourself, seeing as you said you threatened to seize.
Hang on.
No, identify yourself because you threatened to seize my phone. So let's go through the identification, prove that you have the power to do so.
Okay.
Andy McDonald, 2249. Is that constable? Or is that sergeant?
Constable.
Constable.
So
I want to know, so I know how to make a complaint. And you are?
I'm Detective Constable Dodds.
You're Detective Constable Dodds.
I'm here with my colleague.
Perfect.
Listen, so because we've had...
Have you got your warrant card with you?
Yeah, thank
please,
you
in your
very
plain
much.
clothes. Can I see it, please?
We're talking to you right
Yes,
now.
and if you're talking to me in your capacity, then you need to show me your warrant card. Did you guys learn nothing after Wayne Couzens? Nothing at all?
Just calm
No,
down.
because he's just threatened to seize my phone and accuse me of being a terrorist.
No, I know. You put it on YouTube and it shows you access routes and all that lot. Take it to the court and they might decide...
You really think that would go to the courts? Mate, you would find yourself in civil litigation before you could say shit.
So we'd have a look at that. And if there's nothing on there, then happy days.
Yeah, you'll be the one up in court on civil litigation if you take my phone.
Then happy days will get returned to you.
Go for it.
But if not, then you'd be trespassing, you'd be ejected from the site for trespass.
Right.
But if you're staying in the public areas, have a good
You need to
afternoon.
jog on, you need to go home.
Okay,
No,
well,
I think you haven't even shown your warrant card, so you can keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. You're not even going to identify
so
yourself.
you can... That's all,
Well, I don't know because you won't identify.
You can stay in the public
You're just
area.
another Wayne Couzens, aren't you?
You have a nice day in the...
So yeah, try not to murder anyone, try not to rape anyone, try not to take pictures of anybody in your care.
Enjoy yourself.
Try not to strip search any 14-year-old girls, is what you police like to do. Especially ones like you who refuse to identify.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't even show your warrant card.
Taking pictures.
It's alright, you're gonna get an IOPC complaint.
Okay, no problem.
That's fine. Trying to abuse terrorism act. Considering there's a memo from the Chiefs Council.
DC2249 McDonald.
Yeah, I've got it all on camera. That's fine.
And we could show them the footage. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine. I will show them footage. You're going to abuse your powers despite the memo.
You got any ID?
Pardon?
You got any ID?
Have you got any ID?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very
Can I
kind of
see
you.
yours then?
Pardon?
Have you got any ID to show me?
Well, you first.
Are you an officer?
Pardon?
You a police officer?
Well, I'm not answering any questions until you tell me who you are. So,
Head of
Stephen Smith, 6995. Lovely. What's that? PC, DS, DC? Your rank?
Senior manager, MB3.
Senior
Not a
manager.
police-
So you're not a police officer?
No, just checking who you are there.
The request for identification by a member of police staff raises an important legal distinction. Unlike sworn police officers, police staff do not automatically possess the same statutory powers, and simply asking someone to identify themselves does not, on its own, create any legal obligation to comply. Whether a person must provide their details depends entirely on the specific legal power being exercised and who is exercising it. When requests for identification are made without a clear legal basis or proper explanation, they can create confusion about a person's rights and may leave members of the public feeling pressured to comply unnecessarily. This exchange highlights why it is so important for anyone exercising public authority to clearly understand the limits of their powers and communicate them accurately.
Is that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon? So was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
I can't what you're saying.
Said, was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
What's vegan being?
You, fake cop, fake
not
pig,
fake cop.
fake pig. You are. Come up and demand ID
You're
from.
recording this.
Yeah, come up and demand ID from people like you have some sort of authority. Not even the police have that authority, and yet you think you can do that. Can you stand up and be professional if you're going to address me as a police officer? And was I talking to you? I was talking to
I don't
him.
have to stand up. I can sit down. That's fine.
Well, then I'm just going to put my headphones back in and ignore you again.
We can have a
Right,
conversation.
there we go.
Stand up.
Thank
we can
you.
have a conversation. Look.
Right, if you're going to
let me
act
give
as a
you
police officer, act professional.
Let me give you a scenario, right? So let's say you go into Tesco's, which you would agree is publicly accessible for people to go shopping, yeah? for that purpose. Would you agree in that?
Yeah.
And you did something in Tesco's just for.
I can walk into Tesco to browse. I don't have to walk in there to shop.
Yeah.
I can walk in here to browse.
But let's say you did something in there that's causing people to feel uncomfortable and causing.
If there was a lawful basis for why I was causing them discomfort, then yes.
No.
The comparison to a supermarket does not accurately reflect the legal issues at the heart of this encounter. A supermarket is privately owned property, and its operators generally have broader rights to control who may remain on the premises. A police station, however, is a publicly funded facility, although parts of its land and buildings may still be subject to lawful access restrictions, depending on the location. The key question is not whether officers or staff feel uncomfortable with someone filming, but whether there is a valid legal basis to restrict that activity. The auditor argues that he is exercising his rights under Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights by recording from a place where he is lawfully entitled to be. If no offense is being committed and no statutory power applies, personal discomfort alone does not create legal authority to require someone to leave. The exchange ultimately highlights the importance of distinguishing between private property rights, public accountability, and the legal powers available to police officers.
No. Where I disagree is whatever that is that you're causing people to feel uncomfortable, even if it was completely lawful, I would say that they've got the right to ask you to leave, and that's what we're doing. You can go onto the sort of out of the problem.
So what if I stand there?
I think that would be fine. Yeah.
So what's the difference? So what's the difference between standing here and recording and they're recording?
Because
pardon? Is it illegal to raise my voice?
No, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, it's unnecessary for you to come and accost me, to be honest.
Well,
you've just said I can stand there and record, but I can't sit here and record.
This is private.
But there's no difference. There's no difference in the action, is there? It's still going to make them uncomfortable. So what's the difference?
I can't do anything about it. All I can do is ask you to leave the public.
Yeah, and that's what you can. Yeah, you can ask me, and I'll politely decline.
My job is to try, over and above protecting the public and enforcing the law, is to try and if somebody's made to feel uncomfortable, is to try and address that and sort it out.
Right.
So that's what I've tried to do in this situation.
Okay.
If you just, we're going to go away now, and I've said I'd like to leave our property. Right. And I've given you a reasonable time of 10 minutes to do that. So we're going to leave now.
Okay. And what if I don't? What if I'm still here in 10 minutes?
Well, it's a civil matter, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll have to make a decision about how we want to deal with that.
And how we do? And what would you do?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
All right.
But we've asked one of our uniformed colleagues to come and speak to you, just to see if you engage differently with somebody who's more identifiable as a police officer.
As the encounter develops, a uniformed constable is brought into the discussion after the initial exchange with plainclothed personnel. Calling for a uniformed officer is not, in itself, improper or unlawful, and there are many legitimate operational reasons for doing so. However, the way that additional police presence is used can influence how an encounter is perceived by members of the public. If extra officers are introduced without a clear operational necessity and the effect is to pressure or discourage someone from continuing a lawful activity, it may raise questions about whether the interaction remains consistent with the principles of fairness, proportionality, transparency, and integrity set out in the College of Policing's Code of Ethics. The central issue is not the presence of more officers, but whether that presence is being used to support a lawful policing objective or simply to influence the outcome of an encounter where no legal power exists to compel compliance.
I've spoken to PC 137 and advised them that we have asked you to leave the curtilage of what we deem to be the private property, and we're giving you reasonable time in which to do that. And I'll just reiterate that the reason why we've asked you to leave is because we've had complaints that your behaviour is making people feel uncomfortable. Notice I've rephrased it there that I'm not using the word distress, which you took a perception to, and I wouldn't. That's not what's been reported. It's made people feel uncomfortable.
Okay. So now your job is for 3 constables to stand around and try to enforce people's discomfort and feelings over the law.
I've explained. I'm going to go now.
You're going to go.
If you feel uncomfortable about 3 people being here, that's fine. And
it doesn't matter if there are 10 people here.
We're trying a different approach to see whether that's
PC
agreeable with you.
137. PC 137. I'll suggest getting your car and drive away. You're not going to get any more response out of me than they are.
That's absolutely fine.
The uniform does not intimidate me any more
No,
than
it's
your
not
plain clothes does.
not about that.
Oh, is it not? No, no.
Normally
That's
it makes
funny.
people feel more comfortable.
Yeah. Funny that, because the psychology behind it says different. If you actually look at Ash's studies from the 70s, his studies on compliance and uniform actually state the opposite.
I didn't know that.
So
Very interesting.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm actually a psychologist. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, like you said, you sort of intimated that you took exception to there being three police officers here. So I'm going to leave because
Go for it. You do what you want to do.
More to say to you, but yeah, we'll leave you in Colin's capable hands. All right.
I love that. Detective sergeant's got to get a PC to handle his dirty work.
Look, I just
love
want
it.
to make you as comfortable as possible, so I'll introduce myself as PC137. I've had no idea as to what this incident is about. What's going on here?
Well, I'm sure they've just informed you of that over at the car when you were stood there talking for 10 minutes.
Well, I've got a rough idea, but I'd like to
Okay.
hear it from you. As I say, I'm completely unbiased.
I'm here minding my own business and I come and get accosted by 2 constables.
Okay. Any reason police station compared to anywhere else?
Because we pay for it and I can.
Okay, that's fair enough. It is a public property, isn't it?
Thank you very much. If only they knew that.
What I'll say is that obviously the inquiry office isn't open. So if
Yeah,
you're
I know. I already
looking to
tried to go in there. Yeah.
have a chat. They do close at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just want to make you aware that I'm not suggesting that you will at all, but certainly we have had cars damaged here in the past, and that's why when we see somebody sat here with a camera, just sometimes people don't have as good intentions as yourself.
Okay.
The officer attempts to justify his concerns by referring to previous incidents involving other individuals, but past events alone do not automatically create reasonable suspicion about someone who is lawfully present today. Under UK law, police powers must be based on objective facts relating to the specific person and the circumstances at the time, not on assumptions, generalized concerns, or the actions of unrelated individuals. Simply carrying a camera or filming in a public place does not, by itself, establish the legal threshold for police intervention. If officers believe there are genuine grounds for concern, those grounds should be clearly linked to the individual's own conduct, rather than to unrelated incidents from the past. Maintaining that distinction is essential to ensuring that police powers are exercised fairly, proportionately, and in accordance with the law, while protecting the public's lawful right to record in public spaces.
Do you stop everybody with a camera in any place in the country then, just because they got a camera? Because cars get damaged all over the country, not just here.
Particularly because we work in a role where a lot of people don't necessarily.
I wouldn't bring your vehicle to work then if you're that worried about it.
But obviously we've got to get here somehow.
Yeah, you can cycle it. You can get public transport. You can get public. If you don't live in Huntingdon, you can get public transport to Huntingdon and then walk or cycle it. There are options. You know, if you're that uncomfortable and that concerned about your vehicles at your place of work because of the role that you do, and the mitigating factor is the fact that you know the risks of the role that you take when you sign up for the job.
Yeah.
That onus is on you.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Simple as that.
Do you have any further plans this evening? Is that something you want?
Why, you want to take me for dinner?
No, not at all.
No?
I'm just generally trying.
I won't eat you out of house and home.
Oh really?
No.
promise you,
Just some Mackies. Just some Mackies will do me.
No worries. Are you planning on being here long at all?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes to what though? What is your intention?
Finish my objectives.
And what is your objectives out of interest?
Private.
They might be private. I'm interested because
Yeah.
you've definitely got obviously my interest right now. So I just want to know what your objectives are.
Fair enough. And you're allowed to have those interests.
Have you got friends coming to join with you with your objectives, or
Sorry, I've seen a bug go down my top. Oh. Sorry.
you got any friends coming down to join you? Or anything
No, I
like
don't have any friends. Billy no mates me.
Oh,
I know, it's sad, isn't it? You want to be my mate?
I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Didn't
think so.
If I'm honest, if I outside of work sat outside, say, your home address on the public highway and sat with a camera facing your address, would you feel comfortable?
No, but this isn't your home address. Isn't anybody's home address.
No, but
if you did it at my place of work, then I wouldn't give two rats.
The comparison between a private home and a police station overlooks an important legal distinction. A private residence is personal property, where the owner has far greater control over who may enter or remain. A police station, by contrast, is a public institution, although some parts of its premises may still be lawfully restricted. Where a person is standing in a place that is open to the public, recording what is visible from that location is generally lawful and forms part of the broader protections for freedom of expression and the gathering of information under Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights. The legality of filming depends on the applicable law and the specific circumstances, not on whether an officer or another individual would prefer not to be recorded. Personal discomfort, without a supporting legal power, does not by itself provide grounds to prevent someone from lawfully filming in a public place. The key issue is always whether there is a clear legal basis for police intervention, not whether the activity is unpopular or inconvenient.
What we spend so much time here, it's practically is our home.
Yeah, but that's the case for everybody who works. You know, nobody really works 37.5 hours a week and affords to live these days. You know, people tend to do 45 to 50-hour weeks, and they spend most of their time at work. So that is the case for the majority of the population in this country. So you're not alone in that. I do sympathise. Yeah. But yeah, you're not alone in that. But again, this isn't a place of residence.
Would you not
it is publicly funded. No, I'm quite comfortable here.
We are going to obviously conclude this conversation. We're going to get on our way.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have done that a good 25 minutes ago, but all
the
right.
only thing I will ask from me is I understand that this camera is facing the police station. I understand I can't make you turn it another way. You obviously know your law, and that's brilliant because a lot of people don't, and you know your rights. But what I would just ask, as a request from me to you, is just that you're not filming any number plates in specific vehicles. And as I say, that's only because of the concerns which I've raised, and it's a request, it's not me telling you to do something.
Yeah, the only one that I've got that will probably make the footage is the one that came and reported to you, just because I want her number plate to be able to make her a complaint. You'll see she didn't identify,
you can make that complaint and share that with the complaints authority in relation to obviously the number plate, but publicly broadcasting it, is that really fair on her right to her private life as well? The only reason I ask this, because officers and non-officers, civilians, etc., are being traced by their cars, by their names, etc., through social media, everywhere else, and then there's issues outside their addresses. I'm not saying that's your intent, but people might get obviously on board and then get a bit aggy over it and actually challenge those officers outside their houses.
Have you ever seen the police interceptor programs and all those sorts of things? The number plates are all over them.
Yeah, that's
all over.
Blurred, actually.
Only the ones that are the direct subject of the stop. Right. All the other ones in passing, around the police stations, around the roads, they're all visible. I've looked at it.
Okay. Is that including their private vehicles they drive?
Yeah. You're recording me now, I should imagine.
Indeed, and I've informed you of that.
Only just now.
At the start, I said
he said he switched it on. He said he switched it on.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that. I will check back on that. And if you haven't, and only because you said that you did, but if you haven't, I am going to submit a formal complaint. Usually I'll just tell you and try to get you to know.
And as I say, my collar's 137 if you wish
to. But yeah, I don't remember you saying that. But fair enough if you did. If you did, then fair enough. But,
out of interest, we're going to go anyway. Yeah. Out of interest, who are you filming for, and what? Was it Facebook or social media?
For myself.
I assume you're live streaming.
No.
I'd just like to watch it back. That's all.
No, I'm not live streaming. No.
You'll find it. Where's it being posted then?
You'll find it.
I don't.
You'll find it. It's not going to be difficult to find. I don't name it some bizarre thing.
Cambridgeshire Police Headquarters, I'm guessing.
It'll have something like that in the title, or I usually tag the location. It will come up.
All I ask is, can you stay away from out of the car parks, please?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. And the reason saying, staying out the car parks, as I did say, we have had damage caused to our vehicles, etc.
But you got me on body camera. You've had a long conversation with me. If any damage happens, I'll be your first suspect.
So you start wandering around the car park. So I noticed obviously you've got a bag on your back as well. You may end up being subject of a search.
Search for what? What would you be looking for?
Items going equipped, obviously cause damage.
Okay. What section is that going equipped?
Section 1 of PACE.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean,
we'll get out of here anyway. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Ta-ra.
This encounter outside Cambridge Police Headquarters highlights issues that continue to generate debate whenever police powers and public filming intersect. Throughout the interaction, the auditor challenges what he believes are repeated misunderstandings of the law, including questions over public photography, the comparison between public spaces and private property, and references to powers that, in his view, were not supported by the circumstances. As a general principle, filming from a place where a person is lawfully entitled to be is protected under UK law, and any police interference must be supported by a clear legal basis rather than assumption or preference. Encounters like this are not simply about cameras. They are about ensuring that public authority is exercised within the limits set by the law, with professionalism, transparency, and accountability at every stage. If you found this breakdown informative, be sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, And subscribe to UK Police Files for more in-depth analysis of real police encounters, civil rights, and the laws that govern them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.